Nicole. I'm one of the prenatal educators here at Sydney Adventist Hospital, and in this module we'll be talking to you about the perceptions of pain and the sources of pain during labour. So pain will be perceived differently for everyone. No matter what you've heard from friends or family, their birthing experiences, one birth is never the same as another birth. So I want you to really try and let go of thoughts that you may have heard of or feedback that you may have heard back from friends or family about what birth is like, because it could be completely different to you. Try not to get too caught up on some of the negative things that you may have heard, because I'll be talking to you about how you can overcome some of those thoughts, and you've got a lot of tools under your belt now to use as strategies to get you through the labour. But just know that it is an individual experience and it's very different for everyone. Some women will feel a menstrual-like pain in their abdomen. Others will feel backache, and that will be where their labour pain predominantly is. Others will get hip pain, others will get groin pain and sort of saddle sort of pain as well. But it can be very different. So don't think it's purely going to be contractions in your belly. You can have complete labour pain into your back. And then as labour progresses, obviously the sources of the pain will differ as well. That will move a little bit more into your sacrum, right up underneath your bottom, and even into stage 2, we'll feel a lot of pressure in your bottom area. So during early labour, the source of the pain predominantly is the uterine contraction. So remember, in the anatomy module, we discussed the uterus is the muscular organ which houses your unborn baby. The uterus is responsible for driving that baby down the birth canal, and the way that that happens is for it to contract. So every time you have a contraction, that is your body's way of driving that baby down the birth canal. So you can interpret that as a positive message, in that your body is doing what it needs to do. If you don't have contractions, or you don't have strong enough contractions, that baby won't be driven down into the birth canal for the optimum position of delivering your baby vaginally. So try and embrace what's happening, try and go with your body and get on board and accept what's happening, because if you want the outcome of a vaginal birth, the contractions of the uterus needs to take place. So remember the coping mechanisms that we spoke about, because that's your coping strategies to assist with the pain that's being perceived. So the uterus is the primary source of pain during the first stage of labour. As you progress into stage 2, so stage 2 will occur once your cervix has dilated to the 10 centimetres. So it needs to have reached the maximum 10 centimetre dilation in order for you to be given the go-ahead to start stage 2 of your pushing. Now, when you reach this end of first stage, the transition stage, so the 7 centimetres to 10 centimetres dilation, and you're given the go-ahead for stage 2 pushing, the source of pain will be completely different. So that source of pain in the transition phase, right up from 7 centimetres to 10 centimetres dilation, is the cervix dilating to its maximum stretch. So it will be more of a stinging, sort of burning sensation, as opposed to that uterine menstrual-like cramping that the uterus was giving you in the early stage 1 labour pain. So stage 2 will present as a much stingier, burning sort of pain as that cervix maximally stretches to the 10 centimetres. So the transition stage is classed as the most intense phase of labour, because that cervix is getting maximally stretched to the 10 centimetres. So that does come with that stinging sensation. In that area of pain and that source of, the source of location in that component of labour, you may be presented with a lot of bowel pressure. So a lot of women feel like they want to open up their bowels when it's time to push, a completely normal feeling. So don't be thrown off by that. It's a completely natural process of what your body is going through, and sometimes your body is just trying to expel everything before it actually delivers your baby. Psychologically, when a female birthing mum is presented with the pain of labour, sometimes it can be overwhelming to her. I want you to put into practice the analogy and the visualization that we spoke about in the other modules of the coffee plunger. So the coffee plunger, of that analogy of drawing that baby down the birth canal, and that's the uterus contracting. And remember, every contraction you have now is one less that you have to experience later on. So it's getting further and further along that marathon. The analogy of the flower blooming, so the cervix opening to the 10 centimeters, can also help allow you to continue on that journey instead of feeling the negative impacts of the pain which is presenting itself. So remember why your body is presenting itself with pain, because it's a natural process of what your body is doing. Birthing a baby is no easy walk in the park. There is going to be discomfort and pain felt, but you've got a lot of strategies under your belt now to put into practice. And I want you to keep remembering that this is a completely normal process. Okay, so what is happening is what your body should be doing, and it's nothing to be concerned about. So put those strategies into play. Switch that mindset. So instead of having the negative thoughts of, I can't continue this anymore, I'm in too much pain, embrace what your body is doing. Birth is a truly incredible process, and the outcome is something that you will never imagine possible, and your life is about to be changed for the better forever. So embrace what is happening, use your support person, and the support person, you need to be there to help the birthing mum, okay? It can be a little bit hard for the support person. They're not experiencing what the birthing mum is feeling, but you're the ones to know how she's feeling. So look at her cues on her face, use some of those strategies that we spoke about, and reassure her. Reassure her of the job that she's doing, how far you've come, and that how far you've come means you don't have too much further to go until you can hopefully meet your newborn baby. So try and switch that mindset, because if you can think more positively, it'll have a huge impact on how you can continue along that marathon journey and hopefully meet your newborn baby very, very soon.